Hello, Fat Grandma here. It is Sunday, November 13th, and I think I mentioned I'm going to talk to you guys about my solds this week, but I think I'd mentioned a couple of videos back that I was going to try to do the swap meet and get rid of a bunch of stuff, and I was supposed to do that yesterday, but early in the week, I decided I wasn't going to do the swap meet, and there were a few reasons for that. The first reason is I was going to have to go by myself. I don't have anybody that could have gone with me, and there's nobody. No one's going to volunteer to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go sit at the swap meet for no reason. um, it's not that much fun. And so, I would have had to be there all day by myself, which meant I wouldn't have been able to go to the bathroom ever. And you're stuck there. Like you get there in the morning, and then you have to stay until I think it's at least 2 in the afternoon. So I would have been stuck there from, I would have had to leave here at 4 in the morning, get there around 5, and I would have been there till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, not able to go to the bathroom because there wouldn't have been anyone to watch my stuff that I would have had to unload from the U-Haul. The other thing that I was going to have to do is rent two spaces, and that would mean between the renting the U-Haul truck and paying the mileage for that, because I estimated what the mileage would be to drive there and back and then take the truck back and all of that. And it was going to cost me about $150 for two spaces at the swap meet and the truck rental. And it just wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth, you know, not knowing if I would actually sell $150 worth of stuff. And I'm sure I would have. I have enough junk that I could get rid of. But I didn't want to pay to give all my stuff away and wreck my back, on top of it all. So what I've decided to do is the bigger items I don't want to sell on eBay because they're just too heavy. And shipping is such a nightmare now. Those things I'm going to put on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist to see if I can just get rid of them that way. Anything that is small enough to ship, I'm going to start going through the boxes out in the garage, stuff in here, things that I don't think, and those things I'll go ahead and list on eBay. And the things that I don't think will sell on eBay, um, or are too big and I, don't think they're going to sell on Facebook Marketplace or whatever, those things are getting donated. If my friend Ann was here, she would have gone with me, and we would have just made a day of it and had horrible hot dogs from from the swap meet, for lunch or whatever. And she would have kept me company, and that's she's one of the friends I have that, but she's in Florida. So, here I am, and I've still got all my crap. So I have listed a few things on Facebook already, and I'm just going to keep plugging away at it while the weather is nice and I can still go out in the garage and do things without dying of a heat stroke, because once April rolls around, or actually probably April, somewhere around there, it starts to get horrible outside, and then I won't be able to get rid of anything. I'm hoping I will be able to move before summer kicks in. But anyway, I will put a timer stamp at the beginning of this video to let people know to skip to whatever minute we're at now. I think we're at about 7 minutes. So, but I just wanted to let you guys know I did not do the swap meet because I didn't want to wear a diaper while I was there because I wouldn't have been able to go to the bathroom. So yeah, that didn't happen. Sales were decent this week again, and they got better over the weekend. So I had a decent number of sales. Early on in the week, I was concerned because I had a decent number, but they were all kind of low, like low dollar sales. We were at that again, where I think it was a couple weeks ago I had that happen. And where I had a good number of sales, but they were all very low dollar. And so, I was wondering how this week was, if it was going to be, we were having a repeat. And it picked up. I had a couple good sales over the weekend, and so I'll do a total. What my profit is after my fees and my cost of goods and all that stuff at the end of the video. So anyway, on to what has sold. It is mug season apparently because the weather's cooling down. And the holidays are coming. So I don't know if some of the mugs that have sold are going to be gifts. But there's weird stuff selling in my store. And it's stuff, there's a couple things like this first item. It has been listed since, I want to say, March or April. And so a long time, And it sold for $5.99, and it was a thankful fall mug. Just it was a nice mug, but and it was a big one too. Like you could fit a lot of hot cocoa in this mug. And anyway, I think I had listed it a little bit higher, and I reduced the price probably a month ago. But it sold for $5.99 plus shipping. I am going to increase the size of my items on my screen so I can actually see them. I still haven't gotten new glasses. I need to do that. This person paid $5.99 for the mug, and their total was $19.82 with shipping. So they paid more. Here we are with the shipping again. They paid more for shipping than they did for the mug. So the next item that sold was another Nightmare Before Christmas tablecloth. This one was red, and it was 60 by 102 inches. And that one sold for $4.99, and the person paid $12.49 with shipping. That was their total. So another one where they paid more for shipping than they did for the item. I think that's probably going to be the case with most of my sales. It's unfortunate. The smaller things, anyway. Whatever. The next item that sold was another Hallmark keepsake ornament, and it was a miniature star fairy, and one of those little tiny ones that I talked about previously that I think are so cute. I would have kept them all if I had a small tree. So they paid $6.99 for the ornament, and the total was $14.45 with shipping. So yeah, that one's another one that the shipping was more than the item. The next item I sold was a Day of the Dead 14-ounce ceramic sugar skull mug, and I think it was a dog. Yeah, it was the dog. It was a dog mug, and I had a cat one too, and that one sold a couple months ago, I think. But so the dog sold, and it sold for $9.99, and it was $18.93 total with shipping for that. I'm surprised some of these things are still selling the Day of the Dead stuff. I figured, eBay's so weird. Like, I don't know, things that you wouldn't expect to sell during the summer. People are spending, people buy stuff all year round for all different holidays, all different things. It's very strange. It's not like the retail stores. If you physically go into a store, certain things are out certain times of the year, but with eBay, you just sell random things for all times of the year at any time. It doesn't matter. So list things that aren't for Christmas right now. You know what I mean? If you have stuff for Easter, throw it up there. If you have stuff for summertime, go ahead and list it, because you never know what people are going to be looking for. I don't know, maybe they're sitting around at home thinking, oh, all of a sudden, oh, maybe next summer we need one of these kind of floaties, and they'll get on eBay and look for it, and if you happen to have it listed, they'll order it, because then they'll have it when June rolls around or whenever it gets hot enough to go swimming. I don't know, but, just list all the things. Anyway, okay, so the next item I sold was another Hallmark ornament, another miniature. Everybody else like me will like the little teeny ones. They're so cute. This one was it was from 2002, and it was a snow cozy. It was a little snowman, and it was $3.99 for the ornament, and they paid $9.62 total. So yes, another thing that the shipping was more. Okay, so now we're going to get into some of the Mason's Ironstone Vista. That lot of dishes that I bought or got from the auction a few weeks ago. I don't know, it's been like 3 weeks now, I think. Um, I sold the. It was a cigarette holder, and I had no idea when I bought the box full of stuff. This one little thing was very small and it wasn't very tall, and I was like, what is this for? You sometimes you get weird things and you're like, I don't even know what this is. And so I went on replacements.com because sometimes they have stuff. They said it was a cigarette holder, and I'm like, well, that's weird, because I guess people were rolling their own cigarettes back then, I guess. And it was like a normal, everybody smoked everywhere back then in the 50s and stuff. I mean, I remember my mother smoking in the doctor's office. I'm not kidding. If you're younger and you don't know about all of the smoking stuff, there were ashtrays in the grocery store, like the tall kind that are the big metal. They had like a big, big thing, like the kind you see outside now sometimes. Um, those were in like the grocery store, at the exit of the store, or on the, I don't know, in weird places in the grocery store, there were ashtrays, like the standing ashtrays. And there were ashtrays in the doctor's office. You could smoke anywhere. Like anytime I flew anywhere, you could smoke on the plane. It was just, everybody smoked everywhere. And when I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. I think in Las Vegas, you still can. I know about, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago, you could still in Vegas. You could smoke everywhere. And because they had slot machines everywhere and everybody drank everywhere, everybody smoked everywhere. It was just like a party everywhere in Las Vegas. But because some of my friends and I went there, and boy, did we had a good time. But man, I told everybody, I was like, I could not live here, because there'd be like, there's no there the party does not stop ever. I mean, it's just everywhere all the time, 24/7. So yeah, I wouldn't be able to live there back then. No way. Um, anyway, I was talking about the cigarettes. I got derailed there. Um, so yeah, I would never have guessed this is what this is. I listed it as a cigarette or toothpick holder because I thought, it would make more sense to put toothpicks in this thing, because everybody used toothpicks back then, and also, along with their cigarettes. And so yeah, anyway, that sold for $12.99 plus shipping, and the total was $21.40. And it was a little bitty thing. It wasn't very big, but yeah, $12.99. Oh, and it had a chip in the bottom of it too. And I told them about that. And I took a photo of it. It had a chip in the bottom. You couldn't really notice it. You had to look for it. But anyway, yeah, it still sold for $12.99. So that was good. And then the other item that I sold, which I was very excited about, was the butter dish. And this is the butter dish that I had someone try to really lowball me on. And I said no. I wasn't taking anything off the price of this, because I knew that I knew I would sell it for full price. I knew that it would. I just had to wait. And it only took 2 weeks. This item was only listed for 2 weeks. All of this Mason's Ironstone has been listed for a couple weeks now. And it's steadily selling. So it's probably a bolo. Just keep your eyes peeled, because this stuff, I've got some of it still sitting, but I'm sure it's going to sell. It's just going to take a little bit of time. But in 2 weeks, I have sold probably a third of the stuff that I bought in that lot. It's not bad, to have on in your inventory. Anyway, so the next that was the butter dish is the next thing that I sold, and it sold for $55, and the shipping with shipping it was $71.47 that they paid. So it was like 20, almost, well, a little less than $20 for shipping. But I packed that thing like crazy. So I don't know if I think it's been delivered. I think it got delivered yesterday. I'm going to look. Yes, it got delivered yesterday. So I have not heard anything. I have no feedback. So I'm hoping they opened it and everything was great and nothing broke, cross my fingers because I'm not hearing anything from these people. But I was very happy with that sale. So the next item that sold was, it looks like the Vista, it looks like the Mason's Ironstone Vista ware, Vista dishes, whatever. And it came in that lot, but it's little miniature. It was a little miniature creamer and sugar bowl, and they were so just. I mean, if you like little tiny things that look like the big things, these were awesome. And but the sugar bowl, I think it was, no, the creamer had a big chip in it, and I was like, ooh, I don't know how this thing's gonna do travel wise, like if it would break or whatever. It's been delivered. It was delivered yesterday, so this also was delivered yesterday. And it was a creamer and sugar bowl, but miniature size. Like really, they were 2 inches tall. They were so cute. But I wish the creamer hadn't been broken because it sold for the set sold for $9.99. Had that creamer not had a chip in it, I probably could have sold them for $20 easily. With shipping, they paid $17.77. So that was that. The next item was another mug, and it was a unicorn mug. And I remember this mug because I bought this at the Humane Society thrift store back before summer, and I listed it, and it's been listed since like April, I want to say, maybe May, and it sold finally, not for much. It sold for $3.99, and I lowered the price on this one. I know a couple months ago because it was just sitting there, nothing was happening. So next year I will. Excuse me while I scratch my face. Next year I will know better, because when fall rolls around and people start drinking more coffee and hot cocoa and stuff, and the holidays are coming, and people are looking for gifts for people. What is I have a fuzzy on my nose or something. Anyway, I think mugs make a nice gift if you're not sure what to give someone. So that may be why some of these things are selling now. I don't know, but anyway, it was only $3.99 plus shipping that she paid. But the shipping, with shipping, it was $11.13. So again, another item. The shipping was more than the item. The next item I sold was a pair of 1950s glass Craftsman salt and pepper shakers. And they kind of looked like a genie bottle. The shape of them was like a genie bottle, and that's how I described them in my listing. They have been listed also for a few months, probably 4 months at least, and those sold for $6.99 plus shipping. Total was $14.45. So again, more for shipping than for the item. Um, the next item I sold was a baseball cap. It was Barton Creek, Austin, Texas Omni Resort. And it was just an adjustable, very simple baseball cap, denim with mesh on the back, Um, and it sold for $4.99, and it was $12.03 with shipping. So another item, more shipping than item. Anyway, the next item I sold was 3 of those ducks, the little rubber ducks that I got from I bought in bulk. I sold 3 of the dragon ducks. So, and those sold for $5.97 plus shipping, and total was $12.24 for 3 of those. They're so cute. They're very little. They're like 2 inches tall, little ducks, rubber ducks. I've told you guys the whole duck story, so one of my past videos. The next item I sold was another coffee mug. It's mug season, I'm telling you. If you see coffee mugs that are unique, grab them, because anything weird or unusual, because that seems to be what's moving right now anyway. Um, this was a 1996, I think. Yeah, 1996 Holiday Riviera Van Beers Signature Limited Edition coffee cup. So it was older, in really good condition, like it never got used. I think my mother gave this to me, and I don't know where she got it from. She gave me a few months ago a bowl that had a bunch of mugs and stuff in it, they're just random stuff, like random weird things, and that she had in a cabinet somewhere hidden in the house. And so I listed this and I listed all the other stuff too. And this has been listed for, I don't know, a couple months, at least 3, 4 months, and it finally sold. So it sold for $8.99. I think I said that. And then with shipping, it was $18.73 total. So that was an unusual mug. It wasn't just like some regular coffee mug. It was like I don't know, specific. It was, I think they were looking for this. It's one of those kind of things. It wasn't, like they were specifically looking for this, I think, because I think there was a set that there were several that that they made that went with this series or something like that. Um, Anyway, okay, so the last two items were the same buyer, and they were more of the Mason's Ironstone Vista. And I sold they bought the three salt and pepper shakers. I had three salt and pepper shakers. Two of them were taller, and then there was one that came in that lot that was small, not small, but it was a little bit shorter than the other two. And I just threw them all together in a lot on eBay because, I, you know, I was like, whatever, just list them all together. Somebody bought them all, and the weird thing is, I got an offer on these salt and pepper shakers. I want to say yesterday or the day before, and they were trying to get more than 30% off of my asking price. And I didn't have a high asking price on these salt and pepper shakers. I think, yeah, I was asking $24 for all three of them. Um, there was some crazing, and yeah, I mean, they're from the 1950s, so stuff's going to be different or weird or whatever. The stoppers were there was one that had a stopper. One, the stopper was the original stopper, the cork one, and it was pushed up inside the shaker, and then the other one was missing the stopper altogether. So, um, you know, but I mean, they were in good shape. There were no chips or cracks or anything. It was just two of them were. I don't remember how tall they were. Two of them were 4 inches tall, and the other one was 3¼ inches tall. And I had them listed for $24, and somebody made me an offer for 18. I think it was yesterday. Anyway, I said no. I thanked them for the offer, but I was like, no, I had the best price of anybody that had them listed, and they've only been listed for a couple weeks, so I was not coming down on my price yet. And now I'm glad I didn't, because someone bought them and just paid the full price. They didn't even try to finagle or whatever. So those are sold now, and they also bought the 4 6 inch square trivet, and it was really pretty, and it didn't have any crazing. This thing looked like it was sitting in the back of someone's cabinet, like, or in the bottom of that box, so it didn't get any of the on it that the rest, some, because I had to clean everything, and this and a couple of other items did not have any guck on them. I didn't have to do much to them to get them cleaned off, and there was no crazing on this piece, and it looks brand new. And so that sold for $30 plus shipping. So the total that this person paid for both items with the shipping, I gave them a refund. Because I had the items listed separately, of course, and they did buy it now, and I require payment when you buy it now. Their total was $76.31 for both items with the shipping, but I refunded them, I think, somewhere around $7 or $8. So, but I still made a nice chunk on these, and that lot was already paid for, a while ago and a couple of items ago, and so all of this is profit. It was a decent week, so I'm happy with this week. and my sales and how everything went. So yay! I'll knock on some wood so I don't jinx myself. And got to get some more stuff listed. So I am going to wrap up this video. If this is choppy, it's because I edited things out, which I normally don't do, but I might. So, because I don't like the videos to be too long anymore. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great week. We've only got, I don't know, like less than 2 weeks till Thanksgiving. Oh, I bid on some stuff. I may have another video in the next day or two because I bid on some stuff at an auction. So I may have some crap to show you guys in a couple of days. I hope you guys have a great week and take care, and I will see you next time. Bye.